to school with ClassTag. So we're going to give a few minutes for everybody to join the event. And while we're waiting for everybody to join, if you wouldn't mind typing in the chat what your back to school plan is, if you feel so inclined to share, if you want to share your name and where you're from, and if you've signed up for ClassTag yet. Those are a couple options. I'm here with Danielle. I'm Brittany. We're going to be talking about getting set up in just a minute.
Also, if you're just signing up for ClassTag tonight during the session, feel free to pull up ClassTag, open it to the Get Started tab, go to ClassTag.com. You'll see the orange button that says Get Started, and we're going to walk you through the whole process tonight and show you all the tips and tricks you need to get started to successfully start using ClassTag this school year.
So I can see we have somebody sharing that they are going back to school with A and B days and remote days on Wednesday. So it sounds like we have some hybrid model people joining us. Thank you, Debbie, for sharing. So ClassTag is great for when you're in between, and it's kind of a consistent place for parents to be able to hear all about what the school's plans are and stay updated with the latest information about school openings. So if you're just joining us, feel free to share your school's back to school plan in our chat, and we will try to make sure we give you some tips throughout our session today. We'll keep you in mind. I see some people are going back to school all virtual. Good luck. We are also going to have a resource for everybody who stays till the end of today's session. We have an amazing free resource that is a getting set up with ClassTag checklist. Am I remembering the name of that correctly, Danielle?
Yes, it's called the Classroom Checklist. It will have everything you need from signing up to ClassTag all the way to making sure you're effectively communicating to parents. So you'll have everything you need. You can check it off. There's live links on this document if you want to use it during e-learning. So it's a great document. So I'm excited to share that for everyone who stays till the end.
I'm seeing we have a lot of different answers here to our question, wondering about how you're going back to school. I see there's a handful of people who are going back face-to-face, a handful of people with a hybrid model, and some people who are doing online learning. I'm also seeing a lot of teachers who have the options for students. So students get to pick if they're virtual or face-to-face. So I see somebody's asking about attendance. So we can talk about the statistics page that's available on ClassTag, and it helps you monitor when parents are tuning in and what specifically they're reading and how they're participating.
I'm also going to pull up, we have a useful resource getting started for remote learning with ClassTag. So I'm going to pull up that playlist and send it to everyone in the chat. There is actually a video on how to use ClassTag to do attendance in there as well.
And before we get started, I just want to say thank you to all the teachers who are tuning in right now during their summertime and during your home time. That's so precious to you. Thank you so much for coming to listen to us and getting ready to listen about how ClassTag can really help you this school year. I'm really excited to share it with you and to share a free resource with you. So I think we should get started, Danielle. I think we have enough people here. I think we have a really awesome chat going. We have a lot of great sharing going on. So we're going to start talking about how you can get started with ClassTag for back to school this year. And our theme for going back to school this year with ClassTag is Back to School Strong, because it's our job to support teachers in the multitude of ways that they are going back to implementing and doing their best job to do their jobs this year. So the first thing that we're going to do is go to Classtag.com. If everybody can go and make sure you get signed up. We're actually going to go through the sign up process together. I'm going to sign up with you today. And the first thing that we're going to do, and while you're getting ready, is claim and connect our classroom after we sign up. So what this means is connect your account to your school account so that you can collaborate with other people who are in your school building or other teachers who are grade level partners who you work with. So I'm going to pull up the ClassTag website and show you how to get signed up and how to claim and connect to your school. And while I do that, if Danielle has anything else to add, I'm sure she has lots of valuable input. She can answer some of your questions.
This is on the topic, but we actually didn't introduce ourselves, and
I
think it's actually really neat that both of us have been teachers and have used ClassTag in our own classrooms. So Brittany, I'm going to let you quickly take that off because I don't want to leave that undone because you are amazing and I want everyone to know who you are.
Thanks. So I'm Brittany. I was a kindergarten teacher for 5 years before coming to join the ClassTag team, and I used ClassTag in my classroom, and to be quite honest, I couldn't be quiet about it. So I told my administrator about ClassTag, and we got our whole school signed on and used it for all of the families that went through our pre-K to 2 school. So, and I know that Danielle was one of our first users. I'm sorry about that interruption to the internet connection. I hope that it is better now. So what we're going to be doing is talking about claiming and connecting to your school with ClassTag. So we need to go to the ClassTag homepage and get signed up. So we're going to do that together. So here we go. We're going to go to classtag.com and we're going to click on the orange Get Started button to start getting signed up. So let me exit. And we'll start from scratch. So the orange Get Started button should be here in the corner, and we're going to click on it. And we're going to click on your role. So if you are a teacher, you're going to click on this one. If you are a principal or administrator, you're going to click to sign up as a school leader. So we're going to sign up as a teacher today. And we're going to click on that. So you're going to fill in your contact information. And pick a password that makes sense for you, and then get signed up. If you want, you can sign in with Facebook or Google, and then you're going to click on the sign up button. So once you get signed up, you are going to get redirected to your new homepage, and you're going to be prompted to try out some of the features of ClassTag that are available, like sending a message, announcing anything, and sharing a movement. So we are going to click on Let's Go and type in a name for your class. So let's call this one Grade 1 Rockstars. And I'm going to let Danielle into our wonderful presentation.
Shout out to everyone who waited and had so much patience.
Thank you so much for
been having patience with some of your students, but I added the free resource. Hopefully that was helpful while you waited and you're excited about the classroom launch, classroom checklist.
Thank you, Danielle. So we are, do you want me to leave you? You want to stay with us? Just in case we have connectivity issues?
Oh, I'm staying.
Okay, great. I want you to stay. I wanted to make sure you were going to stay. Okay.
Yes, I'm not leaving. I just changed my location when the connection wasn't too good.
Awesome. Okay, so now you've created your classroom. So you're going to see when you look at this, the classroom banner right here, it's going to say Grade 1 Rockstars, and then it's going to say Add Your School. So you're going to click on this button to get connected with your school. So search for your school by its name. And you are going to put in a request to join the class. This doesn't mean to join the school. This doesn't mean that you're automatically added to the school because the school leader still needs to approve you. And this is just a precaution to make sure that all of the people who are requesting to join a school to get connected and it should be there. So once you put in the request, you're going to confirm, and then it's up to your administrator to approve and add you to the school. Once you get added, you will be able to have the capability to work with other teachers as co-teachers who you can add by coming to this directory button. And if you find the orange add button over here next to class teachers, you can add another teacher by their email address. And as long as they are a part of your school, they should be able to be added as a co-teacher to the class. And they will be able to post and message students and create activities just as the homeroom teacher would be able to. So that's how we claim and connect to our school. And Danielle, do you have any additional expertise or tips you'd like to add about school leaders that I might have missed? I can't hear you, Danielle, I'm sorry.
I'm sorry. Just that if your school leader hasn't accepted your request to join the school, just reach out to them, send them an email so that they can add you. But you can still use your classroom and do everything that you would on ClassTag. It's just you have to wait to be connected to your school.
Okay. So after you claim and connect to your school, you're going to want to decide who school leaders are. So your school leader may be also an advisor, and an advisor is kind of like a local ClassTag expert at your school. And that person can be able to make whole school announcements, and they can share whole school events. So if we take a look at the ClassTag website, we can look at the school-wide page and see some of the actions that school leaders have available to them. So I'm going to switch ClassTag accounts really quick and show you what it looks like after you're already connected. Okay, so I'm using my sign in with Google. So I can sign in really fast and I don't have to sit there and remember my password. And I'm going to go into this class. And so this class is connected with a school. So if we go to the school page, so we're going to click on, we're going to click on the hallway button. Then we're going to click on the school name up here at the top. You'll know that you're in the school-wide view when the top bar turns blue, and you'll see that when you click here as a school leader, your options look a little bit different than those of a classroom teacher. You can create an announcement, and you can pick the audience school-wide. So you can decide if you would like this to go to the entire school, which would mean that it would come up in every single classroom's home feed that is associated with that school. Or you can pick and choose by grade level or group who you would like to be the recipients of that announcement. You can schedule the announcement to go ahead of time, attach Google Drive files, YouTube videos, or files that you have on your computer. You can also attach. And what I love about being able to post announcements school-wide is that there's this preview button, and this preview button is kind of a godsend because it lets you double check what you're about to send out to the whole school, and if you make any mistakes, you can go back and you have that extra minute to make any changes that you would need to make. So this would go out to the whole school, teachers would see it, and parents would see it. Now, we're going to go back and take a look at what creating a school-wide event would look like. So we go back to our demo school homepage, our school homepage, and we can see that it's blue because it's a school at the top. And we will click the orange add button and click on the event. And here you can add details about the event, and you can even format the font and get fancy with headings if you'd like to keep everything really organized in an outline kind of format. And then you can also add Google Meet links. So you can add a Google Meet link to an event so that people can also tune into it virtually. It will create a unique link for the event and be linked to a Google Calendar invitation that will be on the teacher's email and on the teacher's calendar, and it will also be on the parents' calendar, and they'll be able to get the link to it as well. So you can set the day, and ClassTag will take care of the automatic reminding for you so that you don't have to remember to remind parents about something that you've already shared out. And you can attach Google Drive or YouTube videos that can be played directly on the announcement when you view it on the ClassTag homepage. So once you're done and you add all of the interesting information to your event, you would click preview and make sure that there's no mistakes again, and then you'll get to another screen. So I'm going to make a test event just to show you what it would look like. So we'll be back to school night.
And Brittany, while you're creating your test message, what's nice about the preview is you can see what it looks like in an email format as well as an SMS text. So if you're someone who always wondered what that looked like, or you want to see what your message will look like in both formats, you can do that as well in the preview section.
Okay, so I tipped some silly details in there. So let's schedule open house night for August 6th. Oh my God, summer's only a week away. Summer's a week away from being over, no thanks. So we'll press preview and create the event, and then press done. So it has a Google Meet link added. So you can choose if you want to send out a notification right now by clicking announce, and this will send out an email to everybody. But if you would rather wait for them to be notified in the next weekly summary, it's not that pressing or urgent, then you can click on I'm done. I'm going to click announce because I want everybody to get the message immediately. Let's get my mouse to work. There we go. And we're going to preview it. And you can also decide if you would like to allow email replies school-wide. So this means that parents could respond to the announcement email that you share out, and it would come to your inbox, and you would be able to communicate with them or get feedback or clarify anything about an event that you posted that way. So that's an option. By default, it is not on, but you can turn it on if you would like to get parent feedback. So press preview, and then this is the email preview, so it'll show you what it looks like in an email. And then if you click here, you can also get the preview of what the text message will look like that gets sent out to parents, just so that you have the context of what they were doing, the context of what it looks like for them. So press send when you're ready, and it will appear here, and we can also view it on the school-wide activities page. So it will list everything in chronological order, and you can see we've created a few back-to-school nights. We have a school production of Hamilton coming up, and everything is listed here. Parents can click on the blue school event button to make it expand and view the details. So that's what school-wide announcements and school-wide events look like, and those are some of the capabilities that you have for school-wide. Now, the next thing that we're going to talk about, I'm going to show you, is teachers. So teachers who use ClassTag and sign up will be able to communicate directly with families. Everything that they send out will be automatically translated to that family's language of choice. And you can organize class events like we did on the school level, share student stories, which we'll go to the ClassTag website and look at in a minute, and manage backpacks and coordinate parent-teacher conferences. So we're going to go to the ClassTag website and look at that really quick. So we're going to go to the classroom level. So you'll click on the hallway and then click on the class that you would like to navigate to. If you're a co-teacher, you're going to see all the classes that you're a part of over here on the left. Cheers. And here's the create button. So just like the school-wide level, you can create an announcement for the class. You can create classroom-wide events to invite parents to. You can request parents to volunteer for a task like stuffing folders or taking photos. You can also post a to-do item. So if you have a form that you would like parents to complete, this would be a great way to share it out and have them have ClassTag notify them for you. and parent-teacher conferences can be organized this way. So we just viewed what the event looks like on the school-wide level. Should we jump to parent-teacher conferences, Danielle?
Yeah, I think we should show them that.
All right, so we're going to jump to parent-teacher conferences because this is my all-time really favorite way to save time, and I'm also excited that now we have Google Calendar and Meet integrated into parent-teacher conferences, which makes it even easier. So we're going to schedule it for August 11th. We're going to create some time slots, and you can click on other days, and you'll be able to create different time slots on different days, but they'll still all tie to the same parent-teacher conference event. So you'll press continue when you're done and you've created enough time slots, put some details and information. Now, if you click add Google Meet, you can have parents sign up for time slots to come in for face-to-face conferences, but you can also have them sign up for video conferences. So now that I've enabled Google Meet and I send out the event, I'm going to announce it. I'm going to preview it, and then make sure that it looks right on email and SMS and send it out. Now, if I look at the parent-teacher conference that I just created, when parents click on it, they're going to see checkboxes with time slots that they can sign up for, and then their name will come up. We're going to take a look at what it looks like from when we assign it. So I'm going to pick a time slot for Little Red Riding Hood's parent. I'm going to click on the Assign button. And what we have here is a custom Google Meet link that was generated for that student that is attached to a Google Calendar invitation that was sent to the email of the guardians of Little Red Riding Hood. So they have all the information that they need to attend a virtual conference. The teacher didn't have to go back and forth to coordinate a good time for the conference. The parents just went on and picked from the teacher's available times what works best for them. And they have their own link, so it's secure and it's private for all of the people who are involved. So that is why parent-teacher conferences are my favorite. And you can also use this if your school is having you work on individual meetings with your students. You can set it up as a parent-teacher conference and then have each student sign up for a time slot a week to have a one-on-one meeting. If that's something that your school's doing, that's a really great integration that I've seen some teachers use the parent-teacher conferences for. And you would just title it something different than parent-teacher conference. You can change the title of the event. So that is how you get signed up with parent-teacher conferences. And for Danielle, are we ready to go over our amazing, how to advertise? Okay. Do we have time to talk about the directory?
The directory, for this classroom directory, yes, I definitely think that's important to go over. School-wide directory, it's all right for now, but I think our teachers who are starting want to know about our adding families.
So now that you've gotten signed up and you connected to your school, we're going to look at the ClassTag directory. So you're going to click on the blue directory tab on the left-hand side, and this is where you're going to add students, and you could add co-teachers to your class. So to add students, you're going to click on the orange add button that's next to class directory. And then you can type in the name and add each student manually one by one, or a lot of teachers choose to copy and paste from a spreadsheet because you can just download it from the student information system that your school is using. You can download it and just organize it to be, and it has a template right here, first name, last name, and then you put the parents' email addresses and phone numbers. And all you need to do is copy and paste it, and it will upload all of your students at once. So if you need to do a lot of students, you have a mass upload, this ClassTag can accommodate you. And if you don't have any contact information, it's a new parent, you can always download and print a parent invitation. It will give them complete instructions, and it will automatically be translated, and they'll be able to sign up for ClassTag with their contact information that you can retrieve from them that way. So that is the other way that you can add parents to your class. But what I love is having the power as a teacher to add parents to the class, because you don't have to wait for them to get signed up and connected to get information. So
yeah, I agree, Brittany. That's my favorite part. I don't think a lot of our other platforms that use communication have this. The fact that just by adding in your parents' contact information, they're always going to be connected to ClassTag. So you send out an announcement, we create an event, they're still going to receive it. If they never touch our app, they never sign in. But the goal is to get your families to pick their language preference, how they want to receive communication. So over the course of the school year, they become even more engaged. You learn how to use the features. It becomes even easier for them to sign up for events in the school, in their classroom, volunteering, you name it. It'll be better for them.
All right, so good luck to everybody who got signed up with ClassTag, and we do have that amazing free resource that we're sharing out with everybody who has stayed, and it's going to be your checklist of how to get set up with your school on ClassTag. It has a lot of really valuable links in it that you can see if you click on the chat, and you can also view our school launchpad. That's also a really comprehensive resource that lets you know every answer to almost every question you could possibly have about ClassTag. So thank you for dealing with giving us your patience and during our technical difficulties, and thank you everybody for listening and staying. And I'm so glad that I got to share this with you and spend this time sharing ClassTag, how it can make your life easier.
And does anyone else, we're going to leave the chat open a little bit longer. Does anyone have any questions about, you want us to go over anything that you saw tonight, want to know where you can find more resources? I also dropped in our chat, our YouTube channel has so many different resources, small videos going over all the features available on ClassTag. I'm going to drop in some of those resources right now for you if you are looking for it, in addition to the checklist and the launchpad.
All right, so we'll be on the lookout for any of those questions. We're also going to be going live every Thursday for the next month to talk about getting set up with ClassTag. So if you want to set a reminder in your phone to tune in next week at the same time, we will be doing the next steps in the setting up ClassTag process, so you can leisurely spread that out over what you have left of your summer, hopefully.
We got two questions I see from Daniel. Can parents fill out forms like PDFs and send back to me on ClassTag?
So, and the short answer is yes, they can. It's utilizing the backpack feature. So the backpack feature is in the library. So if you click on the purple library tab, and let me zoom in because I know some people were saying the view is small, so I'll try to make it as big as I can. You're going to click on student backpacks. It's purple right here. And this serves as a confidential folder between you and the parent of this child. You can upload PDFs there that the parent can download, fill out, and upload to the backpack for the teacher to view. Correct, Danielle?
Say that last part one more time.
That with the backpack feature, the teacher could upload a file to the backpack. The parent could download it, and then the parent could upload the completed file to the student backpack.
Yes.
So and be shared securely.
Yeah. In addition to that, in a couple weeks, we are improving our library feature, so there will be the ability to embed Google Docs, slides, forms, well, I think forms, but Google integration into the backpack. So if you did have a form you wanted parents to fill out and it was a Google Doc, you can easily drop that into the student backpack and have them fill it out that way. The neat thing about it, and Brittany, I'm sorry if I didn't hear if you said this already, but automatic notification. So if a parent uploads an item to the backpack, the teacher will get a notification. And if the teacher uploads, the parent will get a notification. But what's even cooler, and thank you development team for this, is that as a teacher, if you upload a lot of different files to student backpacks, you don't want to keep getting notifications all the time. What it will do is send a notification on the hour. So you'll get a notification summary, per se, every hour. And when you get that email, it will actually give the link of each individual folder that has items in it. So when you click on that link, it'll bring you to that student's backpack, and it'll have a little ding notification that says, this is what's just been uploaded.
I just also typed it in the chat. Somebody asked about if you can set up your new class before you archive or graduate your old class. You absolutely can do that. Just make sure that you give it a unique name, maybe add in the school year that you're using that class from, just so that you can distinguish it from the one that you already have. So you can have multiple classes set up and you can graduate it when you're ready.
Dee asked a question. I was wondering, when we input parent information, do all teachers sharing a student need to use the same primary mode of contact, mobile phone number versus email, or was that improved from last year? So Dee, what I think you're asking is if you input a student, will their parent information pop up automatically, so you don't have to put in that same contact information? So we're actually in the process of changing our school-wide directory. And so when the new school-wide directory launches, and I'd say we're going in phases of how we're going to launch it, but ideally you'll be able to merge students and parents will be added to the school, and then you would be able to assign them to multiple classrooms. So you won't have to input their contact information more than once, because it will be connected to that student. So it'll be a lot easier. So you won't have to put in the parent's email twice or their phone number and all of that. Was that clear, Brittany? I don't know if that was
clear. That was clear. That was perfectly put.
Thank you.
And very enthusiastically, might I add, as well. Let's see, any other questions? We translate into over 60 different languages using Google Translate API integrated into our platform. So if you go into ClassTag, you can view the list when you go to add parents to your direct, add students, and then you add their guardians to the directory. You will be able to pick the language preference, and the list is right there. If you click on it, you can view and search to make sure that your language is added.
Before we go, Brittany, I just want to throw out there for all of our everyone watching that I run our advisors program. Dee, I want to shout you out. You're an advisor, second-year advisor. ClassTag Advisors is a program where teachers who love ClassTag basically bring resources, professional development, best practices to their school. They support, onboard, and make sure ClassTag is everything that they need for the school year. There's one advisor per school. So if you are the only one at your school using ClassTag and you want to share ClassTag with all fellow teachers and staff at your school, or you're using school-wide and there's no one leading ClassTag at your school, I'm going to drop in the application. You can apply, and yeah, you can become a ClassTag advisor. There's program perks and there's benefits. I'm not going to waste more time with that, but apply and you'll learn all about that.
All right. Thank you so much, everybody, for asking such wonderful questions and helping us to help a lot of other teachers get set up with ClassTag. Thank you for bearing with us through this entire process. And we will see you next week at the same time. Take care, be happy, and be well.
Bye.